So recently I made a Sonic Frontiers review, and in it I was hoping to incorporate Update 3, because I thought Update 3 wouldn't be that big, and I completely underestimated everything, because I now have like an extra 15 hours for Update 3. Yeah, this update's gigantic. So here is a separate video for the Update 3 review essay. And I mean, I've got nothing else to say, but this update is peak. This is genuine peak. Frontiers has become even greater than what I initially thought of it. This game has risen even higher than the title of the best 3D Sonic game for me. This is the Sonic game right here. And we're about to get into the reasons, but Update 3 continues to make Frontiers undefeatable. Sonic Frontiers is now the talk of the town thanks to the release of its newest update, Update 3, the biggest content update the game has ever received. And it's pretty controversial. Some people really like it, others don't like it. People even think that this made Frontiers worse. So what's my opinion on this? And what do I think about Update 3? Now, those that are interested, I did make a review for Sonic Frontiers and the first two updates in a previous video, so if you guys are interested in that, I'll leave the link in the description below if anyone wants to watch that. But here are my current thoughts on Update 3, and I have finished Update 3, not 100% and currently 100% in the game, so let's get into it. Alright, we're gonna be talking about the best and main parts of Update 3, those being the remade Round of Silent, the Coco Trials, the brand new playable characters, and the brand new final boss. So let's start with the story. One of my biggest issues with the base Frontiers was the fact that the story of the game was extremely promising, but it took a huge nosedive at the end of the game, or close to the end of the game, after Rhea Island. It just felt extremely incomplete and felt like there were such inconsistencies all over the place. So Kishimoto and his team decided to fix that mess, and Update 3 100% does. Every single little inconsistency has been fixed. That whole little weird triangle thing that Sonic's friends do, gone. It is no longer there. The explanation on how the ancients were, the background behind the ancients, and everything about it is explained by the Coco and the Master Childs. And honestly, the story of Frontiers has become much greater. Like, yeah, this is still no SA2, but this is like the best story since Sonic Unleashed. It is rivaling SA2 and Frontier, or SA2 and Unleashed when it comes to story, which I cannot even comprehend how amazing that is, because Sonic stories have been really bad in the 2010s, and then out of nowhere here comes Frontiers and it nails it. It's just amazing. And then we have the multiple playable characters, which are the big talk of the town. A lot of people don't like the new playable characters, and I can see both sides, but let's take them one by one, starting with none other than Amy Rose. So with Amy, I really enjoyed her gameplay. In fact, Amy became my favorite playable character by far. I love her triple jump, I love her tarot cards, and though people keep on saying, oh, why does Amy not use her hammer? Why is it only tarot cards now? I can understand that change with the tarot cards and the hammer. And there was also a cutscene in the game, a side story cutscene, where it explained that through some sort of cyber corruption and cyber, what's it called? Amy can't wield her hammer, even though Knuckles can wield his, can punch. Amy can't wield her hammer for some reason, and it's just not explained, but she just can't. So I feel like in the future games, when Amy returns to playable character, she will have a skill tree with both her hammer and the tarot cards, but I can understand why they lean so heavily into the tarot cards, and I'm honestly pretty happy about that. Her moveset's really fun. I like her a lot. She's a great character. Tails is another character I quite enjoyed while playing Sonic Frontiers Update 3. He has really fun mobility, and flying around with Tails is really cool. And then when you get that tornado, or not the tornado, the cyclone, oh my god, it becomes so much fun to blast around the islands with the cyclone, just skip huge areas of level design. It feels like an SA1 Tails, where you could use his moves to skip huge parts of level design, and I'm really happy about that. Overall, I like Tails, although I do have two gripes with him. First and foremost, he can't homing attack for some reason, and second, when he starts flying, he does this weird hover thing before he actually starts flying. Don't know why they put that there, don't know what was the point of it, but it's there and it's really, really annoying. And then there's Knuckles. Ay, Knuckles. What did they do to you, my boy? As a hardcore Knuckles fan, I was expecting Knuckles to be like SA2 Knuckles, which is pure butter and moves really well. We didn't get that, and it honestly all boils down to the fact that Knuckles' glide is horrendous. Not only does he have this really weird wind-up for no reason whatsoever, he also glides extremely roughly, like you can barely turn with him, and it honestly sucks. But otherwise, Knuckles is pretty fine. Like, his climbing is good. I enjoyed his combat. He's probably my second favorite character after Sonic to fight. Overall, this character could have been a really good character if, of course, the glide wasn't that bad. Which makes Knuckles, unfortunately, my least favorite character to play as in Update 3. Which is unfortunate because of how much I love my boy. Let's talk about the towers and the Coco Trials for a second. Starting off with the towers, I genuinely think they were all amazing. There was a singular tower that I hated. Tower 4 was probably the worst one in my opinion, but all the other towers were so much fun. This is like Rhea Island on crack, and honestly, it's the best platforming in Sonic Frontiers. It is difficult, it's fun, and it takes full advantage of the momentum in Sonic Frontiers. This was amazing. It was great. The towers were great. Most of the trials, the Coco Trials, were okay at worst. But then there was the Master King trial, which absolutely sucked. The perfect parry was so difficult, I had to turn it down to easy mode. I am gonna definitely try one day to do it on hard, but as of right now, this trial is stupid difficult. I really don't like this trial. And I gotta say, these cyberspace levels were incredible. The cyberspace levels were actually amazing. They were the best there was in the franchise. Or in Frontiers, not the franchise, in Frontiers. These are the best cyberspace levels in Frontiers, period. They're so fun. They take full use of Sonic's spin dash, of momentum, of all the new concepts that Frontiers brought in, and it puts them up to 11, making these some of the most difficult and fun levels Frontiers has ever made. These levels right here, and while I haven't played them all, are so far better than 1-2. which was one of my favorite levels to speedrun. And it's better than 3-6, which is my favorite level in the game. These were awesome. They were genuinely amazing. And also we have the remade Uranos Island, which is in fact the best island in the game now. The amount of stuff you can do on Uranos has increased tenfold, and it's become one of the most fun islands to traverse. I have never found myself bored on this island, no matter which character I'm playing as, and that is a really difficult balance to keep, considering there are 4 playable characters now, which, in my opinion, Sonic Team did near perfect with this island. But we can't, and I really do mean we cannot, talk about this update without the literal best part of this update, the final boss of Sonic Frontiers. This right here is what it should have been from the beginning. It should have been this in the beginning. It should have been stupid Ikaruga. It should have been this. Because this is the hardest, most raw, most amazing Sonic final boss in the history of the franchise. The end now tops Knight as my favorite Titan fight. Sonic hits all the rawest poses. His Grand Slams and quick side loops are insane. This right here is where Update 3 peaks. And then, he's not done. He unleashes full Cyber Sonic as Rogers does the anime scream as he starts glitching out. And then he turned into Fleetway Sonic for a second. I genuinely lost my mind when I saw this and I started screaming off the top of my lungs. It was perhaps it is the best final boss in Sonic history. This right here makes Frontiers truly the greatest Sonic game, and Update 3 has updated my score for Sonic Frontiers. When it comes to just Sonic games only, not every single game ever, just Sonic games, Frontiers is a 10 out of 10 Sonic game. There's no other words for it. This is the perfect Sonic game. And while yes, there are some kinks and issues with Sonic Frontiers, this right here is the perfect blueprint to continue the Sonic franchise. Pat yourself on the back, Kishimoto and Sonic Team. You have done the impossible. You have created the greatest Sonic game that has finally topped Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. And I cannot wait for the next Sonic game. Because if it is like Frontiers, we are truly entering the greatest era Sonic has ever been in. So look alive, Sonic fans, because we have truly entered the greatest era of Sonic the Hedgehog. This right here proves the franchise is peaking once more. Get ready, boys, because the next 3D Sonic game, it will be peak. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. Remember, this is my opinion, so don't kill me. And I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.